Howdy folks, Rebecca here from Two Player Showdown. Are you looking for a dice placement, card drafting, area control game with an archaeology theme all wrapped together in a teeny tiny little box? Well then look no further
than Artifacts Inc. Let's take a look.
So this is the two-player setup for Artifacts Inc. Artifacts Inc. was created by Red Raven Games, takes 2 to 4 players, lasts about 60 minutes of game time.
Artifacts Inc. is a dice placement game along the lines of Alien Frontiers and Kingsburg, if you're familiar with those games. The dice, you roll them and use those dice to do various things. You can use them to purchase new cards, to get new powers. You can create artifacts which you can sell in the museum, or you can go diving for artifacts. On top of that, there's a layer of area control, because when you sell your artifacts in the museum, you put little cubes, and at the end of the game, you get little bonuses for having area control in the museum. So it's got a lot of different ways that you can play this game. You can go make lots of artifacts, or you can do the diving, or you can try to get the area control, or a little bit of everything. You can build up your tableau and get cards that give you bonuses at the end of the game. There is a lot going on in this little tiny box.
Yes, one thing that I like about it, actually several things that I like about it, is there are 3 different levels here, and there's different bonuses associated with them. And each card has 2 sides. You can upgrade the cards that you do have and purchase to get even more of those powers. The other thing that I find interesting is that this scales really well. This is really fun to play 2-player, and it's really fun to play 4-player. So it's a win-win.
Yeah, the only thing you really change for the number of players is the museums have another side, and I don't know if you guys can see it, the 2-player side has just a few little places you can put your cubes for area control, but the 3 and 4-player game has more places, so obviously more players, more places to put your cubes.
Exactly, so everything else stays the same, which is also really great for transitioning from 2 to 4 players.
Yeah, one of the things I like about it is the strategy. One of the kind of hidden strategies in this game is how many dice you want to get to roll. Because when you start the game, you have a little card that lets you roll 3 dice, but then you can upgrade that to 4, and you can even buy an upgrade to get to 5, and then you can even go to 6 if you're really crazy. So it's kind of a balancing act of how much time do I want to spend getting dice, but then when you're wasting time, you could be buying cards and doing other things, but then you get more actions later on. So it's kind of a balancing act.
Another thing that you can balance in the game is the diving. You can ignore it completely, but that gives other players an opportunity to run away with the game, because as they collect these bonuses are based off of the little artifacts, the different types that you collect when you dive, and the points for those stack up significantly the more you collect.
While Artifacts Inc. comes in a small little box that's easily portable, it spreads out over a large area to play. So it's not really a portable game. It comes in a little box, but it truly is a big game in a small box.
The only other negative that I can think of for the game is the dice are extremely boring, ugly little brown dice, so you may want to get some fun dice to trick up the game. But otherwise, the cards and everything else are great and colorful. So, if you want to try a really big, fun archaeology game that comes in a small box, check out Artifacts Inc. Thank you so much for joining
Cool
us.
Catchphrase!